Happy Devils Tuesday. This is The Woo Report. The Woo Report, episode 390. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker in beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. 30 more days, 1 month away from opening night at Prudential Center. Right now, the VMAs are going on right now at the Rock. Nathan Bastian doing a little correspondence role. Peter Seifert says hello as we're gearing up for the Devils 2023-24 NHL season. Welcome back. Yes, we're starting to fire up all the engines with the podcast. So let's go to those podcasts. Obviously, we will be at American Whiskey opening night. Just a month away. Some news around the NHL. Tomas Tatar signing with the Colorado Avalanche. I believe $1.5 million. Changing agents. Ramona Rice coming in to the YouTube live chat. Says, hey, Sam Woo. Ramona, we miss you. You're coming back. That's a good thing. As we're gearing up this podcast, talking Devils hockey, we're going to be talking about other stuff as well. Today's title is All the Devils Hype. The New Jersey Devils, the New York Mets are hosting, they've got the mascots there of the New Jersey Devils and the Islanders mascot. Does the Rangers have a mascot? I don't remember if they do. If it does, if they do, whatever. Eric Hall is there, Cal Clutterbuck, and Jimmy Vesey also at Citi Field right now. As everybody's trying to convert down, can't even speak right now. As hockey's slowly but surely get back. Prospect tournament in Buffalo coming up towards the end of the week. Rookies coming into camp. Veterans next week. Oh, it feels so good. But buyer beware, the hype. All the Devils hype. And I only say this just because what's happened in, baseball with the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. Championship expectations turn out to be fool's gold with both New York baseball teams. And what happened the past 2 days? The New York Football Giants getting annihilated. And the New York Jets. Where are you, Steve Engel? I don't see you commenting in the YouTube Live. Where are you, Steve Engel? Aaron Rodgers. Each play this season will cost the New York Jets $10-point-something million per play. Going down with the Achilles injury. And with all the hype of the New Jersey Devils, and I'm saying that they are a good team right now on paper, but anything can happen. Anything can happen in an 82-game season. Number one, you have to stay healthy. A lot of it is conditioning. A lot of it is just pure luck. But on paper right now, the Devils look to be a very, very dangerous team. Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier looking to build on their season last season. Oh, my goodness, says Just goes to show that any team is one injury away from being a very different season than they intended. And isn't that what great teams do, is find a way around the adversity? Now, you got to give credit to the Carolina Hurricanes last season. They had some major injuries, and they were able to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. There's something to be said about that. Great teams figure it out. They figure a way. And fortunately for the New York Jets, they figured it out. Everybody had to step up and contribute a little bit more. And I'm not talking about offensively. If you watched Monday Night Football last night, it was the defense and special teams that got it done for the New York Jets. Special teams, wow. Well, what happens in a hypothetical that one of the core pillars of the New Jersey Devils franchise is out for the season? Who's going to step it up? Isn't hockey supposed to be a team concept? That's when you really find out what your organization and team is made out of, is when they go through adversity. And I'll tell you, adversity, the more you go through adversity, the tougher you'll be. And I think this team is just getting a little bit tougher as they are maturing. A young team, the New Jersey Devils. They did get some help in the offseason by making that trade for Toffoli, by signing the right players, re-signing the right players, like Timo Meier, like Jesper Bratt. But with all the Devils hype, and I'm not a Debbie Downer, you know that. I'm a pretty positive New Jersey Devils fan. I'm realistic. Should we temper expectations? No, because the goal for every year, for any hockey team, but especially the New Jersey Devils, is to win the Stanley Cup. That should be always your expectation. But nothing is automatic. Nothing is guaranteed. You can be like the Boston Bruins and break all sorts of records in the regular season, and guess what? Fall flat in the playoffs against the Florida Panthers, who you had a 3-1 lead over. But one misstep by Pavel Zacha not helping his D out, and Florida Panthers scoring in Game 5 to force a Game 6. Anything can happen. So with all the Devils hype, and if the players are listening right now, you have to not take anything for granted. James Bingham says, Holtz, Holtz, Holtz. Ramona Rice says, I'm worried about the defense. And Ramona Rice, the champion of predictions, if she's worried about the defense, so should you. But we talked about this with Chico Resch and Nick Villano of pucksandpitchforks.com. That's why they got Colin Miller. With Luke Hughes in the lineup, John Marino coming in to be more of an assertive leader. The grit he showed, John Marino, in the playoffs, nothing's going to stop this team. And I'm concerned about the defense, but I'm not worried about the defense, Ramona Rice. It's going to take some time. There will be growing pains. But if Siegenthaler and Marino be the stoppers on the first two pairings, I think the Devils are going to be okay. Will Kevin Ball step it up? I think he will be. He's got the size. He's mentally focused. He's saying the right things. Oleg says Rodgers shouldn't have supported the Rangers during the playoffs. I agree. You jinxed yourself, Aaron Rodgers. And as what Max says, he ended up like Shesterkin laying on the ground or the ice. Ramona Rice says, do you think that Cal Foote will make the team? I don't think so. I think Cal Foote is going to bring depth to Utica. Not saying that Cal Foote is not a future NHLer, but right now, when you look at the three pairings, it's going to be Hamilton and Siegenthaler. It's going to be John Marino, Luke Hughes. Third pairing, I would put, let's see here, Kevin Ball with Colin Miller at this point. Will Simon Nemitz crack the lineup? You heard Lindy Ruff, 2 rookies in 1 year. He'd rather not do it that way. But Simon Nemitz has to play out of his mind in order to make the team. But it's not a knock on Nemitz or even a Kara Schmid if they have to spend more time in Utica to develop at their own pace. Oh, my goodness, says the D will be learning on the job. They may give a little more than last year at first, but they also move the puck better with Hughes and eventually Nemitz back there. Reading some of the comments on the YouTube Live. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Go Devils. As we're gearing up for the season here on the Woo Report, Let's Go Devils podcast, Sunday edition, 9 p.m. Eastern, will begin on September 17th, 5 days from now, 9 p.m. Eastern, here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. Season 7 will begin. All the hype. It's going to be masterful. State of the Fan address tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Nick Villano and I at pucksandpitchforks.com. Game Day Live will be back. Devils After Dark will be back. The Morning Woo is going to debut sometime in the end of September. It's going to be a different format. We're going to talk about other things, like maybe current events going on, like that jailbird that crab walked his way out of jail and still running around Pennsylvania. We'll talk a little bit of current events on the Morning Woo. Talking a little Devils. Talk a little bit of more sports. You know, in the wintertime, you've got the Devils, Rangers, Islanders, but you also got the Knicks and Nets. Plus, you got football, Jets, Giants, a little college football. What's going on? My Penn State Nittany Lions doing very well right now, 2-0. Gearing up for the upcoming week. Also, isn't there a hurricane coming up north? Max, you better board up those windows. I hope you're going to be safe there, Max. I hope it misses you. I don't know. But if you need windows, go to Max. He sells windows. And also, if you need a Toyota, go to Town Toyota, David Decker. Town Toyota, Route 46 in beautiful Ledgewood, New Jersey. Go to David Decker if you need a Toyota. He will hook you up. He's hooked up the Let's Go Devils podcast and the family members, selling one Toyota at a time. Tell them Sam Wu sent you. Let's see here. James Bingham, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also looking on Facebook Live, Michael Hay is probably watching. Again, I don't really see any. You know what? we're working out the bugs here in the Primetime Radio Studios, building some equipment. We got a new person on staff. His name is Matt. He's going to be doing a little bit of the audio engineering. He's going to be helping us out at our live events, October 12th for the home opener. Also, we're going to be out on the road as well. When the Devils take on, I believe, the Montreal Canadiens, October 24th. We'll have more information about that. Going to a bar near you. Also, I'm going to be more of mobile Sam. Going all over the state to do podcasts. Max says Category 1 hurricane by the time it gets up here, but it's still very, very, very dangerous, Max. And I hope you make a lot of money selling windows. Anyway. All right. What else? What about the preseason games? What about it, Ramona? We will have that covered. Prospect tournament this weekend. Lots of things going on. So you better keep it here. Keep it real here on the Woo Report. It's gonna be. I haven't talked to Beer Baron or Shorts Guy and Scotty in weeks. It's weird. We're just doing our own thing. The only thing we really talked about is how bad the Giants were and what happened to Aaron Rodgers. Peter says the podcast is growing. It absolutely is. Max says, hopefully a lot of leads come in because of leaky windows. I hope everyone is safe and their house doesn't flood. Also, big shout out, good friend of the podcast, Molnar Roofing. Molnar Roofing in North Brunswick, New Jersey. If you need anything done with your slate roofs or shingles or anything, get the job done right. Call Molnar Roofing in North Brunswick, New Jersey. I don't have their number in front of me, but just Google it. Just go on the Google machine and just Google Molnar Roofing, North Brunswick, New Jersey. If you have a roof leak. Anyway. Let's see here. I want to see them games to Sam. All right, yes. Oh, by the way, MSG Networks, where our good friends Bryce Salvador, Erica Wachter, Ken Danico, Bill Spalding, you can pay for the app. Now, a lot of you Comcast customers, I'm one of them, had to find alternative ways of watching your New Jersey Devils. Highly recommend that app. I know that's a James Dolan app, but what else better way to watch your New Jersey Devils? OT98 says Decker is the best. The only place to buy a vehicle is with Dave at Town Toyota. OT98, tell me what happened at that Giants game. Did you? I'm glad you're still alive, because that was probably that Giants game. And they did this on my birthday back in '95, where they lost 35-0 on Monday Night Football. Another Duke quarterback of the future, Dave Brown, sucked. Another Duke quarterback, Daniel Jones, sucked. But I almost gave up on sports. That's how I felt when I watched that Giants game. It's like, oh, no. But you know what? Being a Mets fan, I was saying this today to somebody that, being a Mets fan, 1969, they won 2 World Series. One in 69, which were called the Miracle Mets. It took a miracle to win a World Series. And then it also took another miracle to have the Bill Buckner play to allow the Mets to win the World Series. And they haven't won anything since. Depressing. I can't imagine being a Jets fan like Steve Engel. I can't imagine. One lousy guarantee, one lucky guarantee, and that's all your franchise has? And then what happened last night? All the hype. All the hype. But you got to be happy that Zach Wilson is making progress. I didn't think he played that bad. But that's got to hurt. No pun intended. Aaron Rodgers going down for the count like Apollo Creed when he met Ivan Drago. You know, you kind of parade in MetLife Stadium, carrying out the American flag on the anniversary of 9/11, and the crowd's all jacked up, ready to go, just like Apollo Creed with James Brown, the godfather of soul, living in America. And then he meets Ivan Drago, and if he dies, he dies. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Ramona Rice is a 49ers fan. Max is an Eagles fan. Oh, my goodness, is a Jets fan. But he does ask a question, oh, my goodness. Would you rather have the Jets' first game, losing your star QB, and winning, or the Giants' first game, losing 40-0? I'll be honest with you. Oh, my goodness. I don't like to see anybody get hurt. That sucks. Sometimes we forget there's human beings out there in this world, and I'm sure Aaron Rodgers he's going to, he's going to be okay. I know it's frustrating as a competitor that this would happen. The only thing I would say is sometimes, as bad as it is, sometimes things happen for a reason. And I think the New York Jets getting their first-round pick for next season, because Aaron Rodgers in that trade deal had to play 65% of the snaps. And getting that back, maybe we'll find out if Zach Wilson has what it takes. And, sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. Not wishing any harm on anybody. But sometimes these things happen. But what I want to know is, how did Aaron Rodgers go out in like 3 or 4 plays, but Daniel Jones got lit up, where Evan Neal was like Swiss cheese, and just any Dallas Cowboy linebacker or defensive end would just put a licking on Daniel Jones? I don't know. Peter Seifert said, Rocky IV had a great soundtrack. Absolutely. Absolutely. Matter of fact, if I worked out, I'd be listening to that Rocky IV soundtrack. It's just wonderful. Just wonderful music. The 80s, that's what it was. Wonderful music. Max says Eagles versus Vikings on Thursday Night Football. Should be a good one. Oh, my goodness. Says use that number 1 for more O-line. Agreed for the New York Jets. Max says, I ask again, Dallas D-line that good or Giants O-line that bad? I honestly think the Giants have more of a mental issue versus a talent issue, and I know some people would really criticize me for that, but they weren't mentally prepared. I mean, reading the ESPN.com that Brian Dable had a big party beforehand. Are you kidding me? You should have curfew. These players should be in bed by 8 p.m. on a Saturday night. You're paying them millions of dollars. You shouldn't be having parties. I get it. You should have a kumbaya, but that should have been done in spring training camp. Ramona Rice says, get in Dak's face, he will fold up. Yeah, Dak is he's gonna really have to earn his pay when he faces the New York Jets. And I'm not even a Jets fan. Oh, my goodness. Says, yeah, the turf there is terrible. Yeah, when will MetLife or the NJSEA figured out that you really need natural grass there. I mean, you spent $1.5 billion on that stadium that looks like a jail cell, MetLife Stadium. You can't get the turf right. They should hire the people from Penn State. If you ever go to Beaver Stadium in Happy Valley, that turf, the Penn State, turf sciences, it's actually, I think that is a major up there in Penn State. You can major in turf sciences or something. It's like one of the best. You can't get it right. You put grass down for soccer, but you can't put it up for football. How cheap are you? Ramona, captain in Vancouver. They just upped the trade value of Quinn Hughes, Vancouver Canucks. As Quinn Hughes, I believe, is now the captain of the Vancouver Canucks. Now, Max, being a place kicker himself, he also, Max scored 4 touchdowns in Polk High School as well. No, seriously, Max is place kicker, and he's kicked on that grass, and it's very nice, is what he says, in Happy Valley. Yes, I'm telling you, it is perfect turf. Like, it's just so pristine. It's amazing. You could basically eat off of it. All righty, well, I'm going to turn in. Dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes as the Let's Go Devils podcast continues this offseason, as we're gearing up for preseason. Good to see everybody back. Can't wait. Can't wait for the morning woo, because, it's just going to be like a morning show, like any other morning show that you'll listen to. I was actually listening to Z100, Elvis Duran, the other day, trying to get some ideas for the morning woo. And I'm like, phone scams? Should we do phone scams? Anyway, probably get myself in trouble. All right. Training camp around the corner. I want to thank all those tuning in. Dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes, as I said before. Yeah, baby. Season 7 this upcoming Sunday. Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Season 7 of the Let's Go Devils podcast. Beer Baron, Short Sky, Scotty, and me. Alrighty. I'll see you later. Keep it real. This is the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils.